Hi there everyone, Golf Course Superintendent Stu Sheridan here with this week's update on the golf course. Of course, right now, water usage is the main thing that we're focusing on. So we were over 40 days without significant rainfall here at the golf course, and available water and water usage is being monitored very closely. To reduce the amount of water used each night, we have a number of our staff members hand watering large areas of the golf course throughout each day. This is not just greens, but also tees, approaches, and fairways as well. To reduce stress and reduce the amount of water that's needed on certain areas, we have raised the mowing heights of rough, fairways, tees, and approaches this past week. And not only will this relieve stress on the grass plant to raise the height of cut, but it also means we can decrease the frequency that we're mowing these areas. For example, fairways are usually mown 3 times a week. This week they will be mown twice. Rough is usually mown twice throughout the whole golf course each week. This week everything is being mown once. And there of course are large areas, especially of rough, that we will completely be skipping, as we're seeing obviously a lot of stress and a reduced amount of growth in these areas as well. 3 other things I'd like to talk about in this video are filling divots, accessing bunkers, and the color of the flag sticks and flags out on the golf course. I have had comments in the past and recently about the wooden flag sticks, especially when paired with the red flags, can be very difficult to see. So just a note that this is something that we are going to look into further. We will test out another flag stick option, so more information will come on that, but it's certainly something that we want to make sure is obviously aesthetically pleasing for the golf course, but is obviously visible and doesn't take away from the member experience from anybody. Filling divots. This past Monday was the first ever Course Care divot outing, and thank you to the 13 members that spent time filling divots with the Course and Grounds team on Monday morning. It was really appreciated, and it was a great success for the first outing of its kind. Of course, there were a lot of divots to fill, and the volunteers and the team were very thorough, and holes 1 through 13 were completed on that morning. So we will be following up with a second outing and relooking how we go about organizing that outing, so please look out for that. One thing we did notice during that outing is quite a few divots had some sand and seed in them. The cavity just wasn't filled fully. So when we're filling our divots, we just want to make sure that the cavity is being filled completely, almost too much. And then we want to compact the sand and seed into the divot and smooth it off with the surrounding turf, just with our foot, like so. And this means when this grass seed germinates, it's fully filling that cavity and everything is flush with the surface. This won't affect our mowers if it's pressed down with our foot and then smooth. The most important thing is that it fills that cavity. When a golf ball comes near this, obviously if the cavity is filled, there's better chance of the golf ball rolling over as well, while if the cavity isn't filled enough, there's more of a chance of a golf ball settling in the cavity. Accessing bunkers. So some bunkers on the golf course have specific lower points that are the best access point to leave and enter the bunker. Now, of course, with the very undulating property that is the golf course, in some cases, specific bunkers just couldn't have multiple access points. And this is how the bunker transitioned into the green surround and just the surrounding undulating land. Now I'll go through some examples of where the best places to access some of these specific bunkers. The greenside bunker at number 18 is another good example of how some bunkers are difficult to create entry and exit points. So here on number 18, with the nature of the very undulating contoured land, there was really no option to create easier entry and exit points from this bunker near the green or near the approach. So this lower shelf near the fairway is the best and easiest access point to this bunker, and in this case it is Just needed to access the bunker here from this easier location. Prints, hit our shot, rake out our footprints, and then just rake our footsteps back to this shelf. Some people no doubt can access from the higher ends. For ease in accessing this bunker, this lower shelf near the fairway is the ideal entry point. Number 8 is another bunker that I want to review. So the large bunker here on number 8 is accessible from multiple points, and it's really just choosing the right point to access depending on where your golf ball lands. So as with a lot of bunkers, the fairway side or the tee side is easier access point, just with the nature of the land. As you move around the bunker, accessing from the approach is a good option. And then as we move back here, there are multiple points that can be accessible as well. And really it depends on everybody's comfort level to access the bunker. So from the green side edge, this is a flashed up face and is not as accessible as these other points. However, again, that's just the nature of the design of the bunkers. But again, each point is accessible as needed for where the golf ball lands. The greenside bunker to the left of number 6 is another example where select areas are easier to access. Course and ground staff will also rake more sand towards these low points to decrease the depth of the bunker where members will be stepping in at these low points. And another example is on the left side of number 14 green. The easiest access point is on the tee side, and in this case it may require a longer walk into the bunker and then a longer area to rake as we exit the bunker. So to summarize, every bunker on the golf course is accessible, just again with the nature of the very undulating ground here on the property. Some bunkers just require, depending on where your golf ball finishes in the bunker, there is just a little bit more of a longer walk to access the bunker from the lowest point, to then access your ball, play your shot, and then rake your footprints back out to that lowest point. As always, thank you for watching this video.